Hi, Troy. How you going?
Good, thank you. Lovely weather we're having.
It's nice, hey?
Much nicer.
I'll give it one more minute and then we can get started. I can't see your screen now, Rosie. Yeah. Okay, I think we might get started, and anyone else who's joining us can join us when they arrive. Thanks everyone for joining us for the Merri-bek City Council Stallholder Expression of Interest information session for the Sydney Road Street Party 2026. Next slide, please. Just to let you know that we are recording this webinar and we're happy to send it through to you after if you'd like to review this session. Merri-bek acknowledges the Wurundjeri Woiwurrung people as the traditional owners and custodians of the lands and waterways in the area currently known as Merri-bek. We recognise their continuous connection to culture, community and country and embrace their traditional and contemporary cultural and creative expression. We pay our respects to their elders past, present and emerging, and to all First Nations people who are part of the community today, and any First people who are on this call with us this evening. Thank you. The agenda for this evening, we're going to talk through an overview of Sydney Road Street Party for people who are new to the event, talk through key dates and timelines, talk through any assistance you might need in different languages. We'll go through the stallholder guidelines and the EOI forms, and then there'll be some time at the end for any questions that you have. If there's anything that we can't answer tonight on this call, we will park it and we will get back to you tomorrow and the next couple of days with the appropriate answers. And you can put your hand up at the end of the call, and you can also feel free to drop it into the chat and we'll pick them up in order as we go. Thank you. Next slide, please. My name is Naretha Williams. I'm the executive producer of the festivals team here at Merri-bek. We are joined this evening by Rosie Hazel, who's our festivals officer, who works closely with us on this event. Fred Chung is our festival officer. He is not with us this evening. Rosie Baylor is in the house. She is our festivals and permits officer. And as part of our operations and production management team, we have Tanil Mutton looking after stalls. She's not with us this evening, but is part of our team. And Kelly Harrington, who is the lead of the production and operations for this event. Next slide, please. So the Sydney Road Street Party is a much-loved annual event that kicks off the Brunswick Music Festival this year on Sunday, the 1st of March in 2026. Tens of thousands flock to the one-day street party, gathering to enjoy live music, delectable food, roving performances, and a vast array of stallholders celebrating the vibrant culture and diversity of Sydney Road. The location is obviously Sydney Road, Brunswick, and between Victoria Street and Brunswick Road. There are 4 live music stages that are managed and produced by Merri-bek City Council. We have street performance spaces across the event precinct, approximately 150 artisan stalls and food vendors, between 7 and 10 venues with programmed performances. They're within the footprint of the road closure, and we can talk a bit more about that a bit later. The important dates for the event: stallholder payment is due on Friday, the 5th of December. That confirms your place and your stall within the event. The stallholder briefing is 6 to 7:30 on Tuesday, the 10th of February. That's online. And the induction is due on the 23rd of February 2026. These are mandatory sessions, so please make sure that you contact the office if you are successful in the EOI round and you're one of our stalls. It's important that you make time to attend those briefings. The event bumps in early on Sunday on the 1st of March with a production schedule with specific times, which will be forwarded to you closer to the time. The event date is the 1st of March, the times being 12 till 6 p.m, so it's just an afternoon event. And then we bump out immediately after the activity from 6 till 12 on the Sunday night. Slide, please. Importantly, for this part of the process, our EOIs are currently open. They close on Tuesday, the 28th of October, which is 3 weeks from today, at 11:59 p.m. Try and avoid submitting your form at 11:58 p.m. to avoid any issues with the server, etc. The outcome notification will be Tuesday, the 5th of November, and the stallholder payments are due on Friday, the 5th of December. Next slide, please. If you need an interpreter to complete the expression of interest, call us on this number, 9240 1111, or send an email in your language to festivals@merri-bek.vic.gov.au. Please reach out if you have any access requirements in any parts of this process. The stallholder guidelines overview. These guidelines are what is the document that is sitting on the Merri-bek website, and it is your source of truth to all the information that you need within this process. So please read it and review it and make sure that you understand the document before you progress with your application form. They are there to help you through the entire process, from your expression of interest through to the delivery of a safe and successful event. It contains information like key dates, the stallholder fees, event operational details, event planning processes, event delivery. The EOI application links can be found there and can be found on our website. Perhaps, Rosalie, if you've already dropped it in the chat. Perfect. Thank you. Next slide, please. Our expressions of interest are submitted through an online platform called Snap Forms. The form will guide you through the process of selecting your stall category, the site size, marquee or food truck details, and power and equipment if available. Some of the details and documents that you will be required to upload within this form are organisational details, including contact details, your business address and ABN, stall and marketing details, including the product or menu list, stall and product photographs and online presence if you have one, operational details, including cooking processes and your equipment needs. If you require any assistance completing, please reach out during office hours. And just taking note again, you will see that we are continuously reinforcing the dates that are important in this session. If successful, you will have the chance to update equipment requirements, supply final documents and pay for your stallholder fee, but also keeping in mind that they should be very minimal changes. So if you have anything significant that you need to change from the application point, it's best to talk to one of us. You'll be talking to Rosie as the first point, or Rosalie in the office. It's really important that we know this information well in advance because changes to some of the stock bookings can be limited closer to the event time. Next slide, please. Selection criteria. Stallholder applications will be assessed based on the following criteria. Local preference. Priority will be given to the makers, producers and service providers based in Merri-bek. Product quality and uniqueness. Consideration of the overall quality and distinctiveness of the products or food on offer. Your stall presentation, assessment of the stall setup, including visual appeal and suitability for the site. Experience and financial stability, review of the stallholder's retail and business experience along with their financial capacity. Support for small-scale makers, preference for small-scale makers and businesses rather than those selling commercially manufactured products. So we would looking for stores that have got some experience and have some stability with their stall and with their business. You might want to reach out for further support if this is new, if this is your first stall, or if you're a startup business, etc. It might be worth considering what that means for you, and that will be on an individual basis. So I'm just letting you know we're open to how we think about that, but it's important that we have businesses that are really comfortable and confident in an environment that is very busy on the day. So we'll have minimal support on the ground of being able to respond to some of the needs that you might require while we look after the overall event. Next slide, please. Stall categories. So we're looking for food and beverage stalls. For traders interested in selling food and beverages at Sydney Road Street Party. Artisan and craft stalls for sellers of handmade art and craft. Pre-packaged food and beverage, for example, gifts or takeaway sales, and products or goods ethically produced by yourself or by someone else. Commercial merchandise stalls for sellers of non-handmade products or those ethically produced by others. Merri-bek council units for Merri-bek City Council units to promote their services and activities. Sydney Road Traders for Sydney Road businesses between Moreland and Brunswick Road. And community group stalls for community groups providing activities and information at Sydney Road Street Party. It's important to note here as well that the street party is not a licensed event on the street, so it's important that there's no open alcohol at any of your stalls, and beverage may be considered if they're in sealed, unchilled cans. Next slide, please. That is the end of the slide presentation. I hope that there are some interesting questions and we can collectively provide some useful advice for you. So I will open the floor. Is there anything in the chat there, Rosalie?
No, nothing in the chat yet.
Dave typing in the chat. I take it we have either a cohort here of very experienced stallholders who are very familiar with Sydney Road Street Party, or we've done a great job in providing all the details that you require in the stallholder guidelines. So either of those scenarios are great. This is a point of contact with us where you can where we can have a conversation together. Your question might be useful to someone else on the call, so don't be shy to speak up. But of course, we are, our office is open if you want to follow up, if something comes to mind later that you forget this evening or that you think might be useful, please just let us know and we can get back to you. Is there any possibility for non-food beverage stalls to get powered sites if they don't have a Sydney Road shop front? Love to be able to run demonstrations that would require electricity, but we are a community organisation that sits just off Sydney Road. I think that's possible. There's certainly power. I can see Rose. I'm going to let Rosie answer this question because I can see they have got the answer on the tip of their lips. Thanks, Rosie.
Samantha. Typically, the powered sites are reserved for food and beverage only. But if you submit your application with all of the information, we can go from there and see if it is potential. But typically, as per the stallholder guidelines, the power is reserved for food and beverage sites only. We also have another question in the chat from Jacob. EOI submitted, wasn't prompted for any photos. Can please confirm whether or not these are required? Photos, there's generally a section for your stall photos as well as your product photos. But if you let us know the name of your application, I can investigate further and see if there was a formatting issue with the form for you. Yeah. I've got the name written down so we can check. Great. Thank you, Rosalie.
Georgia, in 2023, we had a stall at Sydney Road Street Party. We are a not-for-profit information stall on Western Sahara. Are you doing a follow-up, Georgia, with your question? Yep. Yes, there is capacity to, in some circumstances, for some community groups to be included under the Merri-bek community insurance package. You would need to identify that on your EOI form and then consult with Rosie in the process of that. That would be great. That's without premises nearby, but with a Sydney Road shop front, can we request? Sorry, do you mind reading it for me, please, Rosalie? Just because I'm getting pop-ups over the chat.
No worries. Dave, for those without premises nearby, but without a Sydney Road shop front, can we request to be allocated a stall within a specific region of Sydney Road so it keeps the stall close to our premises as possible?
You can definitely in application put a request about your location. We can't guarantee that request, however, until we're doing our final site and stallholder allocations, which happen much closer to the event time. But definitely pop it into your application.
How to escape the heat if you don't have an air conditioner? It's smaller than a lunchbox, cools 3 minutes, and uses 98.7%.
Oh, bit of background noise. Cool.
Hey, thank you. Yeah, we'll work very particularly and strategically with the stallholder, with the stall locations on the street, and we'll do it in consultation as well with Troy, who is on the call, and our stallholder manager to identify and understand specific needs of the shop fronts of different stalls, etc. And we will do our best to meet everyone's needs. There will be a point where there is, there might be points where there's no wiggle room to be able to adjust a location of a stall and may not be anywhere that we can move it to. And certainly once we lock the we'll seek further advice before we sign off, and then once it's locked down, we that will be final. It can be very difficult to move things late in the process with the amount of stalls that we have on the road. But yeah, just outline as best you can in your form any additional information like that. Super helpful.
We have another question. To what extent are the stall photos in the EOI expected to be complete and final? Do they just need, do they need to be what the final stall looks like? Or, yeah, maybe just a bit more context on photos of the stalls.
The photos are very, they are part of your audition, so to speak. So we want to see how your stall is set up and what what it looks like, as far as that helps to curate what the journey of the market is. And they're not necessarily going to be used in print. It's not like necessarily a marketing image, but I would recommend that you provide images that are relevant, recent, and the best quality that you can submit. Because we do like to do some features on, what's on the menu, we might do what food is on reel in the lead up to the event on our social media channels. And if we have great photos from the stallholders that we would like to promote, it's best that you provide those. Did you have anything to add, Rosie, on that?
Oh, no, that was great, Naratha. I second everything Naratha just said with regards to presentation of stalls.
Thank you. All excellent questions. Is there anything else that you would like to discuss while you have us together? Just let us know, like I said, if there's any particular barriers to participation. We want to understand what those barriers are, and we will work with you and help to liaise support where we can. But and it's also important to understand that all of the applications for stalls all go through this process, and all of the stalls will use this form. And so these forms are then exported and collated, and we will go through each and every one in detail together. There'll be very specific review on all of those items. So do your stall the best service that you can by providing the best and most up-to-date information. Probably something worth mentioning before we go is around the marquees. So we have an option to hire our marquees, which we would prefer, and the reason is because we have very specific protocol to be able to meet the application compliance for our HOPE permit. And so and part of that is engineering and structural reports on those stalls, and that they are appropriately weighted. So if you have your own marquee, you're welcome to bring it with you, but you must be able to submit the structural information at the time of application as well for us to consider. So just keep that in mind. We have to be quite strict with that one. Is there any further questions before I wrap the call up? And does anyone want us to forward this video recording while you're in the session? We can grab your email, or you can just drop us a line after the call, and we'll send you a copy straight away so you can review.
Oh. Someone is typing and we have a late attendee.
It's arriving.
Yes, where did they go? Someone is typing. We'll just see what that question is. Oh no, just a thank you. Nice.
Oh, can I just ask?
Hi everyone. Sorry, I've just joined. Totally forgot.
Can I just ask a question
Sure.
about the marquees. How do you go about getting like this report that your marquee's, good or whatever?
You'll have, if you have a professional marquee,
Yeah.
you should be able to get a documentation from the manufacturer, which will outline what the loading for the frame is, and how what the structure is, etc. If you can provide that, and that we can ascertain that and that's the marquee that you're bringing, and you have the weights for it. You can also bring your own marquee and hire the weights. So we have to make sure that the weighting is important, because obviously we can't peg into the ground, and it has to be for a certain wind rating. So we are just making sure that we have that we're providing enough weights for all of our marquees. But if you have a what we would consider a compliant marquee with the manufacturer's documentation, you could just hire the weights if you require that on top.
Yeah. Okay. So from the manufacturer. Great.
Yes, please. Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good question.
Can I just
Hi,
ask a quick
Alex.
question?
Yep.
Sorry, I
Go
did
ahead.
join late, so apologies. Our setup is a 3x3 marquee with a trailer. Will there be space for that, or how does that work?
Might let Rosie answer this one.
Yeah, absolutely. Hi, Alex. So on the event application, there should be space for you to itemize the footprint that you require. So if it is a marquee as well as a trailer, you can itemize all of that on the form, and that will be taken into consideration when we are doing our assessment process.
Okay. Thank you.
Hopefully that answers the question for you.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Short trailer, is it would it fit? Are you thinking it would it might straddle 2 3x3?
It's
footprint?
including drawbar, it's 5 meters long.
Okay.
So I'm not sure. I mean, I know Sydney Road, but I don't know where everything's normally set up. So I'm guessing it'll be neck on the side of the marquee on one side, presumably. But yeah, I mean that's our my only question.
Your standard setup.
That's our standard setup because it's got the refrigeration in there. So
yeah. Oh, look, I mean, you're absolutely, just the more information you can provide about that, that's super useful for putting that through. Thank you.
Thank you.
There's also a space in the form for you to be able to put the dimensions, so that you can include the actual footprint size, which will be super helpful for us.
Excellent. Thank you, everyone. It's been really nice to meet you and speak with you about the Sydney Road Street Party market, and we look forward to seeing your stallholder applications. Again, please don't hesitate to reach out at any of the number on our office. We'll forward a recording of this meeting to you shortly. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you, everyone. Thanks for coming.
Okay. Record. Complete recording.